All right, so yesterday was a really interesting day because I posted onto Threads that I would be releasing stuff within the next month. Stuff is the new to-do list app that I've been working on for a couple of years. And I got a ton of comments basically just ripping into the design of stuff and being called a blatant ripoff of an app that I actually really love, which is Things. Some of the feedback was that I should change the design to match my own aesthetics. Somebody said that somebody said being a former Apple employee, you should have a basic understanding, but just to clarify the app review guidelines. I've seen you in my feed creating this, and this is just copying an essay, that it's shameful. Somebody said to call my lawyers. Somebody said this ripoff of Things is shameless. Go make your own design. Somebody said you copied somebody else's app. Somebody says not cool. Somebody says maybe don't do that. So I was, like I said, pretty surprised by these comments. It's not a surprise to me that stuff and things feel and work very similarly, and I'll explain kind of some of why I think that is in this video. But it was surprising to me to see the sudden backlash. I've been posting about stuff for a long time. I've been trying to post every single day for the last couple of months or so, but I've been posting, like I said, I've been working on this for over 2 years. I love Things. I actually own Things on my iPhone, iPad, and Mac, which is 3 separate purchases. Things is really, really great. And stuff definitely blossomed out of my desire to have some additional functionality from Things and a little bit different user experience. So I'm an independent developer and I'm self-taught, and so stuff is kind of my passion project, like I said, that I've been working on for over 2 years, but I learned to code to really build stuff. So I want to talk about, kind of the origins of stuff, but then first I'll address why I think that a lot of people are calling it a copy of Things, and hopefully that kind of clears up where those two things originated from. So Things uses a methodology called GTD, which is Getting Things Done. That's created by David Allen. It was published in a book in 2001. Great book. It talks about, it's a productivity theory about how to get more done in your life. And some of the key concepts to that might ring recognizable to you if you use Things are having an inbox, which is basically a starting place for all of your tasks that then get organized out based on when they need to get done. Having projects by which tasks are organized, and also having a someday/maybe area where you can throw things that maybe you want to do eventually, but not right now. So Things uses all 3 of those concepts. Obviously, there's a lot more to GTD. It's a whole book. But Things really capitalizes on that methodology and does it really, really well. So if you like following the GTD method, Things is probably the best app on the App Store for you. Stuff uses a lot of those same methodologies, which I think is where people are drawing the connection. The inbox is a methodology that Stuff uses as well. All tasks kind of start in your inbox by default, and then you can move them around to other places. We also have a someday place, someday area, so you can, if you say, eventually I want to do this, I don't know when, but I'm gonna write it down so that I know I need to do it eventually. You can throw it into someday, and Stuff has that, Things has that. There's an upcoming list, Stuff has that, Things has that. So I think that that's where a lot of the similarities are being drawn. And then from the design as well, I'm getting a lot of feedback that the design looks a lot like Things, which I don't understand as much. I'll show you some screens here. Here's what a list looks like in Stuff, and here's what it looks like in Things. This is where I think I see the most similarities. So both Things and Stuff obviously have the title up top. Things has this really cool progress wheel, which Stuff doesn't have on purpose. Things really encourages you to complete these projects, whereas Stuff is more open-ended to adding lists and not necessarily, you don't have to complete them. They both have the chevron down in the top right, which is a pretty common pattern, a back button in the top left, which is the most common pattern. And then I think that the plus button in the bottom right is the last similarity that we could probably draw here. And the plus button is a pattern that's followed across a lot of different apps. It's called a floating action button in the world of Android, and definitely not something unique to Things or Stuff. So definitely some similarities in the sense that they're both to-do list apps. But other than that, I don't see any blatant copies here. But again, if there's other feedback for how this design might improve, please let me know. Here's kind of what I call the launch pad in Stuff. This is the main thing that you see when you get into the app. I've got these cool trays up here that I designed, which are the inbox and today, and you can see tasks going into them. And then Things looks a lot more minimal and clean, which is just these rows here. So there's only so many ways that you can twist a to-do list app. And I wanted Stuff to feel minimal and feel really at home on the iPhone, which I think Things does really, really well. Things in a lot of ways feels like a native app. And I really wanted Stuff to feel like a native app as well, and not like a web app or an Android app. So that's another place where I can see people drawing a lot of similarities. So ironically, I've actually been working with a few different design agencies over the last few weeks to talk about redesigning some aspects of Stuff. Not because I thought that people would take it as a copy of somebody else's app, but because I want to take it to the next level. I've designed everything in Stuff so far, so I'm not a designer first and foremost. So I wanted a kind of a design partner to help take that to the next level. So I think that we'll start to see the fruits of that within the next couple of months here. But there's that. And I think just to wrap up, like, I hope that you will try out Stuff, and I hope that you will let me know what you think. I appreciate all the feedback that was given on Threads, even though it really took me by surprise. And hopefully that helps clear up some of those questions there. But if not, please let me know. Happy to address any other concerns there. Again, I want to say I think Things is an amazing app, and I hope that Stuff stacks up right there with it, with an app that feels at home, feels native. It helps you to be productive and to achieve your goals, because those were the initial visions that I had when creating Stuff. That's what I wanted it to accomplish. So thanks so much for watching. Can't wait to hear what you think about Stuff. And if you like it, again, please share it. I'm trying to make this become a good source of income for me as an independent developer so that I can do this full time, because I really enjoy working on Stuff. So I would really appreciate any sharing and any other feedback or thoughts that you have on the app. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.